started out as a pretty normal week. We went out to eat, and baby boy had a good time. He had TVs there, so he was entertained, and it kept him great, and everything was going good. And then my in-laws came over and opened up the cookies from the wrong side, and then they ate all the cookies too! At this point, my wife went to work, and she was in another state for the whole week, so I was in charge of baby boy, and we spent lots of time at the park, mainly because it was ridiculously gorgeous out for the vast majority of the time. I put together a new bike for him that is a radio flyer, and he can push and also wheel himself. It's really cool, but he decided to do some tune-ups to it, which I thought was awesome, because he watched me build it and then went through and started building it himself. He then decided that he would learn how to get into the bike all by himself, and he tried mighty hard for a long time, was not successful. You can see him here. He's really struggling, not really going through it. And this is one of the amazing things about being a dad to me, is I really never understood what determination little kids have. Like, his desire, his want, his need to learn and do new things grows, expands, and needs to be quenched every day. I just find that absolutely fascinating. As an educator, obviously, I want this from my students. I want them to be able to go out to tackle new tasks without me. Baby boy is doing this entirely on his own. I gave him no instruction. The only time he's ever been in this bike otherwise is when I picked him up and put him in it. But you can see that he's figured out a way to get in there. He's figured out how to sit in there, and he's just so satisfied with himself once he gets in there. He has no idea what he wants to do once he's in there, but he was able to get in there, and I think that's pretty cool. One of the other things I love is that when he gets stuck into a problem, like he's stuck in that seat, he cannot get out. He has no idea how to do it. He doesn't want help. He really sat there for about a half hour, tried to figure out before he needed me to come in there. I think that's so cool. I wish that I could show my students how to do that. About midway through the week, the weather was also still beautiful, so we went to the park again, and baby boy was feeling pretty comfortable and pretty proud of himself at this point because he'd been there 3 days in a row. He felt like he owned the joint, and he kind of did because he was the only kid that was consistently there for those 3 days. One of the things I love about him too is that he's just so interested in what other kids are doing, what other people are doing. He just watches, absorbs, and takes in all that information. It's really cool and fascinating to watch. Like, he climbed up onto this little spinny thing. He asked me to spin it for him and wind a bit, but he figured out how to get up there, and he also figured out how to get down. He also knew when he got dizzy and it was time to get down, which I thought was super cool. There were also a couple kids there that had my first name, and their parents were yelling at them, and I was like, what did I do? And they asked if they wanted to play tag, some of the other kids, and I was like, yes, I want to play tag, but then I realized that they were not talking to me. So that was fun and strange, and it's weird when people have your first name. I'm glad I don't have as common of a first name as like Chris or Mike or something like that, because that would just be rough on me. But at the end of the week, it's been long, it's been draining, it's been tough. Being a single dad for just a week, it is tough. I don't know how the people do it, and I'm glad that my wife's coming back. It also decided to snow, which was fun, but not enough to get us off of school.